Moving on, amid the bustling success of the G20 summit in New Delhi, a groundbreaking agreement was inked, a mega rail port economic corridor, one that seeks to weave together the threads of India, the Middle East and Europe. This visionary project emerges as an alternate supply chain path, the Golden Bridge, we'd like to call it. This mega economic corridor isn't merely an endeavor. It's an assertion, a bold declaration, bigger than the historic silk and spice routes. Perhaps more significantly, a challenge to China's ambitious infrastructure juggernaut, the BRI, the Belt and Road Initiative, something that entrapped poorer nations in a cycle of debt. And now the latest project is sure to ruffle feathers in Beijing. On the surface, China has welcomed the project, but with a condition. They say it shouldn't become a geopolitical tool. Well, we say that's ironic. In this ever-changing global landscape, everything is about geopolitics. It's a chessboard, a game in which nations vie for influence, resources, and strategic advantage. Geopolitics is a game of quid pro quo. So let's break it down for China. First and foremost, what is this Golden Bridge? It's the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. It includes India, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, the European Union, France, Italy, Germany, and the United States. This corridor isn't just a railway or a cable. It's a green and digital bridge connecting continents and civilizations. In fact, Ursula von der Leyen, the head of the European Union, called it historic. The announcement was made on the sidelines of the G20 summit, with China ostensibly welcoming the economic corridor while emphasizing that it shouldn't turn into a geopolitical tool. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said, at the same time, we advocate that various connectivity initiatives should be open, inclusive, and form synergy and should not become geopolitical tools. A bit ironic, isn't it? As if we need China to teach us about how not to turn a development or a developmental project into a weapon. Its own Belt and Road Initiative, initiated by President Xi in 2013, aimed to connect China with Southeast Asia, Central Asia, the Gulf, Africa and Europe through a web of land and sea routes. However, after a decade, it faces financial roadblocks, with Italy even announcing its intention to pull out, citing unmet expectations and concerns about debt diplomacy. And of course, China has downplayed Italy's plan to pull out of the BRI. Italy's snub comes at a time when China announced plans to hold the third conference of the BRI in Beijing next month. Moreover, China's snub from Italy comes at an inopportune moment, as China planned to host the third BRI conference. If Italy indeed withdraws, it could be an embarrassment, a big embarrassment for President Xi's pet project. That wasn't the only snub to the Xi Jinping regime. The G20 summit in New Delhi also shed light on shifting alliances. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman seems to have embraced India and ditched China's all-weather ally Pakistan. He flew directly to New Delhi for the G20, skipping his usual stopover to Islamabad. Furthermore, he appeared to share a strong rapport with Prime Minister Modi. And so there you have it. India has managed to gather G20 allies to create the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. This project aims to enhance connectivity, economic integration between South Asia, the Arabian Gulf and Europe. The corridor is very different from China's flagship BRI, which has faced criticism for forcing nations into debt. In contrast, the G20 project promises to be profitable and sustainable. It aligns with India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. It emphasizes inclusive development. But beyond this rhetoric, let's delve into the core distinctions between the IMEC and the BRI. The BRI covers 6 corridors. The IMEC comprises 2 distinct ones: the East Corridor linking India to the Arabian Gulf and the Northern Corridor connecting the Arabian Gulf to Europe. The focus is on cost-effective cross-border ship-to-rail transportation. It seeks to enhance economic efficiency, reduce costs, promote economic unity, all while aligning with sustainable development goals. With the support from the US and the EU, this corridor promises endless opportunities, trade, and an escape from China's debt entanglement. The corridor will not only bring India and Europe closer, but also enable cheaper and faster business. It's significant because it's an alternate to China's BRI. It will not force participating countries to fall into the debt trap of China. Moreover, the corridor will transform trade, energy, and communication through water and railway networks. It will be divided into 2 parts: the Eastern Corridor connecting India and West Asia, the second part connecting West Asia and Europe. It will make it easier for companies to transport goods from Mumbai to Europe without relying on the longer Suez Canal route. So this corridor isn't just a win for India, it's a pivotal moment that will elevate India to the forefront of trade flows, and all with its allies. Right, let's move on now. The bottom line is that the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor is more than just a project. It's a testament to strategic diplomacy, to economic vision, and to the pursuit of a more connected and prosperous world. It's a powerful symbol of cooperation in geopolitics, and perhaps China can take a lesson, learn from India what tools of geopolitics can really do. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.